Back. Me back now. Me, I did it. Me back. Me came back. I did it. Okay. Stream quota fulfilled. Goodbye. You can take the... Yo, is that a Pikmin? Holy shit. Get the funky me music. Give it a second. Give it another second. Turn up that funky me music was so back. It's me specifically. It's all coming together. It's all Pikmin. It's all Pikmin, baby! Yeah! I zoom in now. Ooh. It's like I never left. They're everywhere. There are Pikmin everywhere. With the Pikmin. Yeah, that's what I said. I need to check right now because for undisclosed reasons, I had to take apart and reassemble my entire office the last month. So is everything functioning? I'll tell you one thing that's not functioning. So this is my work phone. And as you can tell by the way that I'm slapping it, I am not using my work phone as my camera today because I forgot to charge my work phone whilst I was away for 3 weeks. So she's deader than dead. So I am streaming. I'm gonna turn on Do Not Disturb so I'm not disturbed. I did it. That's why my camera froze for a second. Whoa. Incredible. Hope you still remember how to stream. You're asking a lot. You're asking way too much, buddy. But I did remember how to press the button that makes the jokes 2% funnier. It's not much, but we take what we can get. I'm back. I'm up and down, I'm left and right, I'm side to side, I'm diagonal. But most importantly... Yeah, there we go. But most importantly, there are still Pikmin here to punctuate my sentences with. Wonderful. We'll see if I remember how to stream. Arguably, I barely remember how to be English, which is quite impressive, considering the this and the this and the this and the this. Oh no. Oh god. I still gotta put my legs up on my chair. And that's how I roll. That is how I roll. Yes, so if the audio bad, it's because I had to unplug my entire PC setup and then plug it back in 3 weeks later. I live an interesting life. So I'm praying. I'm praying that it works. It seems to not be working, but it could be something or it could be anything or nothing or something at all. Also, yes, it's my partner anniversary today, apparently. I've just realized there is no chat on screen. Were they here? Were they? There's Twitch. YouTube is going through it. Hold on. Where are we? Where are we? This is about me. This isn't about you, chats. Is that gonna fix it? My god. My god. Zoom in. Enhance. Whoop. Nice. There we go. Yo! There is always a Pikmin to greet me in my time of woe. Oh dear. Hi to chat! Hi to chat! Hi! Thank you very much for the hype train on Twitch. I wonder if that means anything considering it's my partner anniversary. Like, to the day. I didn't think this was gonna be my return stream. I thought I was gonna be back, like, last week, and then I was like, wait a second, I'm still tired from being on a plane for 50 hours this week. Because I didn't just have to do 1 flight. And I didn't just have to do 2 flights. And I didn't just have to do 3 flights. But I actually had to do 3 flights. In 1 week. It was a lot. I was in the air for a significant portion of... It was last week, right? It's like Wednesday today. And we flew back on the... sometime last week, I have to presume. And boy, are my arms tired! Oh no. Listen, I haven't fully woken up or whatever. I'm not warmed up. I haven't woken up despite the fact that I woke up at like 10. There's construction outside my house again. I love that. I love that for me specifically. Wow. Yes, thank you for the things and the stuff and the members and the things and the members and the hype trains and the things and the partner anniversary and the things and the stuff and the things. There we go. That's exactly what you wanted to hear, I'm sure. The men are back. Oh, you believe the men never left. Huh. Oh, God. I'm glad you people remember my pain, so I don't have to, but I still will because it's loud. Oh, Lord. Did you free a Japanese blahaj? We will talk about... I have a handy PowerPoint that I will show later, but we're gonna catch up a little bit. We're gonna catch up. We're gonna make sure that my stream doesn't explode. Yes, for those of you unaware, I have been in Japan since my last stream, as in... Oh, what day did I even fly out? I don't remember. You can probably find it by, like, scouring through the blue sky feeds of, like, me, RT Game, and Miss Cupcakes. There's probably... You can put together a story there. It's gonna be great. Explode, stream, explode, no! But I didn't say the letter Q. Oh, dear. Yes, I've been back for a few days. I've been back since, like, I want to say mid last week. Back in my house. Which is where I live, famously. I've been back to work. Snebby got back to work before me. He's been signing paperwork. He's been, like, checking my accounts. The music's slightly loud for my taste. It's great. Everything's great. I genuinely don't know if the music is too quiet. Help me. Oh dear. Oh, what if I just... What? No, I can't turn it down. Shit, fuck. It's fine. It's probably fine. We were aware of Rinako's Discord server takeover. Tragically, yes. Nick? Nick with the... Is that 50 Pikmin I see? Do I see 50 Pikmin? Do I see 50 men? Can I count them? 1, 2, 3, 50? That's how you count. Thank you very much for that. I have Pikmin stories. That does remind me, I have Pikmin-related tales of wonder and whimsy. Wow. Oh, God. Thank you for all of the support, considering that I just spent a lot of money on Pikmin-related things, and also non-Pikmin, but there was some Pikmin. I went to the Nintendo store a normal amount of times. I'm a normal guy. I didn't go to 2 Nintendo stores. I would never do that. I wouldn't go to 2 separate ones and like 5 Pokemon Center. I wouldn't do that. I'm financially responsible. I'm lying. Full on, straight up, just telling falsehoods on the internet for financial gain. That's how we do it. That's how everyone does it, apparently. Did you find Minior? I did! In a very limited capacity. But I'll count it. I'll count it. You in the Nintendo store ain't no way. You know what? I may as well just go into my PowerPoint now so we can get all the things that I prepared for the stream ready. Wow, I'm over here now. That's incroyable. How do I use... yes, again. This is it, right? What? Oh my god, holy shit. I'm gonna make the chats smaller because this ain't about you. Off you go now. Wow, I'm at the side of the screen now. We had no idea this was possible until now. But yes, they put Rin Penrose in. Holy shit. Holy shit, is that a blush? It's been 15 years. By which I mean 2 minutes. I was in my bedroom right before the stream started. I had to get my charging cable. I lost my other one. Let me check before I tell you my tales of whoa. PFP, thank you for the raid. Especially considering that God knows I probably need it. I've been away for like a month. Oh dear, let me rearrange my legs in my chair for the 50th time. You know, in the polite way. I can say it's because I'm still kneeling from being in Japan where you kneel sometimes, but I didn't... Did I kneel at all? They had a low table in one of the places we were staying, and I sat at the low table. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I was gonna say, I never saw you streaming at this time, so I was excited to raid. To be fair, this is my normal time, but like, I've just been away for like 3 to 4 weeks, so that's completely understandable. Oh, wait, hold on, I can do a really good segue. But Rin Penrose, what were you away doing for 3 to 4 weeks? That's an excellent question. I'm so glad you asked, because no one else was going to. Okay, you were in Japan, I'm Tokyo based, so it's 3:38. Oh god, of course it is. I had to keep having Zoe, my manager, upload the videos for me on Sundays. Thank you for watching the videos, everyone, by the way. I'm happy that people didn't think I was dead. But I'd wake up on like I think it was the Monday morning for me in Japan and be like, oh hey, a video went up and it has too many views. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, back to bed. Everyone say thank you, Zoe, for making sure that my channel didn't explode. Oh lord. Which silly sod decided it was a good idea to put a small Victorian boy in Japan. So let's begin with the start of the trip. This is the prologue that I like to call what? So, the backstory. The backstory to this trip. I have been on holiday. Me and Snebby, we've been on holiday in Japan with Mr. RT Game, Miss Cupcakes, that's her legal name, and Snanthony, Sophie, Miss Cupcake's friend, and also Snebby's cousin. It was a great bonding opportunity. They haven't spent this long together for a good while. They've been catching up. They went on a few snail dates, which is like a play date if it's with snails. It was good. It was good stuff. We went around Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, and then we went back to Tokyo. We kind of did a circle. Like my favorite train line, the Yamanote line. Yes, I'm becoming like that. It's actually over. I'm done for. We did a lot of things. We met a lot of people. But most importantly, Snebby was there, which means that it was wonderful. It began the same way all great adventures begin, which was with 15 hours on a plane. Here is us in the airport, and by us I mean Dan's hand and 2 snails. Oh dear. Test unit, thank you for the 5 Toblerones. Ah, we remember the deep lore. You haven't forgotten, I'm glad. When will we be getting the Japanese tram tier list? Did you misspell that, or do they have trams and they didn't tell me? Damn it, I'm gonna have to go back next week. I have unfinished business. But yes, so this was the start of the adventure. We were sitting in the airport. We sat there for a while. Planes take a while to get ready to take off. But yeah, we met up in the airport. So yes, it was... That's Snanthony, by the way. For those of you who are unaware, this is Snebby's cousin. He lives with Sophie, and he is iconic. We hung out a few days. It was peak. It was peak. I do like how Dan captioned this post, like, ready to go off to Japan with my 2 best friends, implying that Dan's 2 best friends are Snanthony and Snebby, which, you know what, actually, now I say it out loud. You can't really beat that, can you? That's just good. He's living the good life. Oh, shit. Wait, so that was RT Game on the plane! What? I like how this implies that, like, you saw Snebby and Snanthony on a random long-haul flight from, like, London to Japan, and you were like, oh, I recognize those snails. But who the fuck is that tall dude? That's the question I kept asking myself, considering that I would wake up and not quite remember that we were sharing a hotel room. Who the fuck is that? Oh, God. A lot of the journey we were sharing a hotel room, which was... It was interesting. Oh, no. Listen, I'm gonna tell you some things. Some things are from my memory. I've seen the horrors. I've seen the horrors. I was in the room while he had that sword. It was a very fun trip. Here's Snebby on the plane. Well, what? God, where in the world were we? This is... land. I have to presume, because it's like light in the cabin, and I know this was near the end of the trip, that this is vaguely Japan. It's closer to Japan than I am right now, which is me in most places, honestly. I think we flew one way around the globe on the way there, and then the other way around the globe on the way back. So I think I am actually just on the other side of the planet to this place. Oh dear. Let me see. And yes, here is... Okay, I'm gonna... Hold on, I gotta scooch. I'm gonna have to do that, aren't I? Yeah, that's on me. I should have set this up better. This is Snebby and Snanthony and me enjoying a beautiful cup of hot chocolate on the plane, except it was actually just fine. And also it was really warm, so I couldn't really have much of it until we were basically touching down. Oh dear. I'm gonna tell you right now, Japan was great. One of the things I was disappointed in was the lack of quality hot chocolate options. I would go to the konbini and they would have like the kind of okay chocolate milk, but it's not quite the same. I have a fridge in the fridge right now. That's my favorite kind of chalky milk. It's good. It's good. Second place, the chalky milk I make myself. I can be trusted. I would go to vending machines. They would have hot chocolate in vending machines, but of course it would just be the water kind, because why would you keep milk in the vending machine, you fool? You're asking for trouble. But that does have the side effect of the hot chocolate. It's made out of milk. What? I mean, what? I'm losing my mind. I can't speak. Ego wakarimasen. It's fine. I'm fine. Daijoubu days. I was having some real daijoubu days over here. Let me see. But yes. Plane was good. Plane was... Actually, you know what? I forgot I had this slide, but this is the bit about flying business class with British Airways. Why did I have to pay way too much money, and yet you wouldn't give me free Wi-Fi? This is my grievance. This is my grievance with British Airways. They only give you free Wi-Fi if you fly first class, and we were flying business class, which is like... It's basically the same, but like, why would you make me pay for the Wi-Fi? Why would you do that? It's honestly quite insulting. Anyway, but no, we were like in little pods. It was great. We had leg room. We had those screens. This is my first long haul flight, like in my life. It only took so long, but we had those screens. I watched... Actually, I didn't watch anything on the way there. I played on my DS. I brought my DS, but only for the plane, because I couldn't actually charge it once we were in the country, because I have a UK plug. And... what else did I played on my iPad. I played my little froggy game. Like, Dan checked over, he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm playing Sudoku. Because I'm an adult. All those... gamers gaming around like gaming consoles 7 hours into the flight, and I'm just like, I'm gonna eat chocolate and play Sudoku. That's my idea of a good time. I gave up on the way back though. I did watch a television program. It was very distressing. Did you get Japanese street passes? Unfortunately, my DS ran out of charge, so I couldn't bring it out. But I should have, because I would have got some. Damn it, fuck. Why even try? Why even try? Were you also incredibly annoyed at the 5 toast in the airport? I think we went to like Spoons before our flight. And I think I got like a burger thing. But oh god. I've not been paying attention to my spending at all. I can't remember how much that was. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it was the airport, so it was probably overpriced. Airports have spoons? Yeah, they have forks and knives as well. No, we went to the fucking Weatherspoons in the airport because sometimes you're just desperate, man. Sometimes, you know what, we knew better things were on their way. We didn't have to put in the effort. Oh god, business class and Weatherspoons, the duality of man. Listen, we had to make our savings count. If we wanted to fly business, it's ludicrously expensive. And the problem is, next time I go on a long haul flight, I'm gonna pay, like, I'm gonna get economy, and I'm gonna be disappointed that I don't have, like, 17 years worth of legroom. Like, what do you mean I don't have a little screen that I could And then I don't have to see RT game anymore. I mean, what? Yeah, they between our seats, they had these little screens we could pop out so that we didn't have to look at the person next to us. And I think if I had taken a drink every time Sophie had used that to punctuate a joke, I would have not got off the plane. Do you even need the legroom, Rin? Yeah. I have bags. I overpack. I needed the fucking space. Because you know that I don't have room to fit it all in the overhead. Oh god. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Never heard of Weatherspoons before. Guess that shows how American I am. This is a cry for help. You know, I didn't understand the comment until you added that at the end. Oh dear. Oh god. Why is British Airlines serving hot chocolate instead of tea? Because I asked for it! And they said yes! And they better have said yes for the price I was paying for that fucking ticket! How was the jet lag? Surprisingly, I am unharmed. Like, we did get to our, okay, so first we stayed in like a little apartment in Tokyo. And I did get to our apartment and we were like, okay, let's allocate the beds. Oh, wait, no, Rin is fully passed out. Okay, well, that's Rin's bed now. Like, we would get an apartment room or a hotel room with 3 beds. And, like, whichever I happened to collapse onto first, that was mine. That was my way of claiming it. Oh, dear. They have options other than tea. What? Did we not get the same menu? It said we could... It said on the menu, on the flight, that it was Cadbury's hot chocolate. What are they feeding you in economy? Jesus Christ, this is a crime. Oh no. Oh dear. But yeah, the jet lag honestly wasn't too bad. Like, I kind of died on the way there, but I got better. There's nothing that 17 naps can't fix. And then honestly on the way back, like, we got back to Dan and Sophie's house, and I was like, okay, while they unpack their suitcases like chumps, I'm going to sit on the sofa and take a little nap until dinner time. And then I woke up at 3 a.m. That was real unfortunate. The way we did this is, we all flew out from London, then we flew back into London. Then, to get the other 2 home, we flew London to Dublin. And then I had to fly back home by myself. Which is understandable, but the guy sitting next to me in the plane on the way back definitely didn't have his phone in airplane mode. So we could have crashed and died, but like, who cares? You needed to check BBC News, apparently. It's fine. It's not fine. Also, there was a man behind me on the plane being like, oh my god, is that landmark here? And then, like, most of the time he was right. It was just very interesting having a tour guide in the plane for, like, the 1-hour plane journey. But yeah, like, the chair was nice. The problem is I was in the middle. The plane we flew in on, we had like 3 little pods. So it was, oh wait, no, I was facing backwards, so I have to turn this around. So it was like Dan on the left, me in the middle, Sophie on the right. And because of the way the footrests and stuff worked, I had like, if I needed to get up to like use the bathroom or something, I had to battle people just to get out of that fucking thing. But it was fine, and also the footrest was too far away, and it was not comfortable for me because I'm small. But it was fine, maybe. Also, the flight attendant definitely thought I was a child, especially on the way back, where they just kept calling me sweetheart for some reason, and I'm like, no, I'm very old in my heart and my bones. Why would you do that? I'm surprised there wasn't a fight for one of the window seats. I'll let Sophie have it. Sophie really wanted that window seat, and I was feeling uncharacteristically generous that day, apparently. We couldn't have window seats on the way there, but on both of the return flights, I was like, you know what, Sophie? Go for it. Live your life, girl. Because I got the window seat on my solo flight back. Ahaha, ehehehehe. What was there? Was there anything else about flying business class with British Airways? The bedding was nice. They gave us bedding. They gave me a little blanket. It was nice. It was a nice little blanket. Do I have, hold on. I don't think I have them in the presentation, but I do have a picture of Snebby and Snanthony in da plane. Let me see if I can uncover it. I might have sent it to Zoe. We'll see. If I can't find this within N number of seconds, then it's not going in the video or whatever. But there it is. I found it. I'm a genius. I'm never gonna die. No, not save image. Save image. Image saved. Now I find the image. Hold on, I got this. I haven't forgotten how to stream at all. Anyway, Snebby and Snanthony. The attack. Hold on, where did they go? Ooh. 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 There we go. This is the plane we flew back Japan to London in. And Snanthony is on my side and Snebby is on Dan's side. And there's you can see it. You can see the screen that I used to ignore him. Oh dear. Hell yeah. But yes, plane was good apart from the, you know. Wi-Fi. Why would you make me? Oh, just pay. Just. I already paid. For my plane ticket? Oh no, it looks like a mirror world. Yo, no way. Hell yeah. That seat in the back was Sophie's seat, by the way. So on the way back, it was, like there were 2 in the middle instead of 3. So I ever so generously let Sophie have the window seat. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, whatever out of 10, I'm still gonna fly with BA because I don't really have many other options. You'd never guess why. Me when I look in the mirror and I am pink. Visualizing in the mirror the man I want to become. But yes, here are some things Rin did in Japan in no particular order because I'm still in the bit where I'm kind of sorting through things. So many things happened that I kind of lost track at a certain point. Pikmin will be included. So yes. We did Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, and then we went back to Tokyo. So here's Tokyo things 1. Wow. We went to the maid cafe. That's way too quiet. There we go. We went to the maid cafe. May I say, not my choice. Whether you think it is Sophie or Dan's choice is like, that's for you and your heart to know. I was just happy to be there, honestly. But yes, so one of us won. Which one? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a loud Pikmin. I mean, I'm not complaining. I was just surprised. We went to the maid cafe, and we did like the little maid lottery. You know, like put your hand in the box, get a little ticket. Hell yeah, hell yeah. And I think one of us won. We shared the prizes. One of us won. I think it was, yeah, I'm trying to remember actually. The main thing is that Dan ended up getting a picture with all the maids, which is on his blue sky. He was so happy. I've never seen that man more overjoyed in my life. Well, that was weird anyway. What if it was Snebby's idea? Maybe. He just wants to support small businesses. But basically, I won the ability to get a Polaroid with specifically Snebby. I was like, and they kind of went like, are you okay? But yes, I was like, can you take a picture with my friend? My friend offering out like Snebby on my hand. And she was like, ah! So I think that worked out pretty well. Hell yeah. Funnily enough, that was, as you can see, on April 1st. The best April Fool's Day joke is taking everything incredibly seriously. We also got omurice and it was delicious. Hell yeah. She drew a little cat on it. She drew this cat on it, actually. You know what? And she's good at it. I see why she got the job. But yes, what else? Pikmin on the train! So, the trains have little screens on them, and they play adverts and stuff, and also train information. As you can see here, I'm riding the Yamanote line, baby! And one of the adverts that they've been playing on the trains in Tokyo is Pikmin Korenanda. Pikmin, what is this? I ask myself that a lot, honestly. But we got in, and I saw Pikmin on the train, and I was like, guys, holy shit! I think they do localize the videos that they play, and I think they go up on, like... Oh, I don't know. I'm not actually sure. I want to say Twitter, but I haven't seen them in a while. But it's like, Pikmin, what is this? Or something. Pikmin Korenanda. But yeah, they just play on the train every single day, on the train TV. And I look at it and I go, huh, nice. And then I get along with my journey and I'm having a good time. Pikmin on the train line where you can see them, love them or hate them, you will find them. Whoa. It started last year and it's only a few lines. Oh, I mean, to be fair, I was mostly taking the Yamanote line, so I saw a lot of the Pikmin. There are Pikmin everywhere for those with eyes to see. Not so smart. it would always be like a Pikmin ad and then it would go into like a Mario Party ad, which was quite funny. We went to Meiji Shrine, parallel to Harajuku. It was chill. It was chill. It was chill. I just like this photo. I do wonder what all these tourists think of me. Just like, what? Why have you got a snail? What? Huh? Whoa. Targeted ads IRL. Yeah, that's it was specifically because I was there. They understood. And you know what? It fucking worked. Love a Harajuku moment. I'm literally wearing something I bought in Harajuku right now. I got like a cinema roll pajama hoodie. And and it has little ribbons on it and they go... Because they're too long and I don't know how to tie bows very well. But it's all fluffy and I wear it and I go, nice. And that's my life. I did a lot of shopping. I did too much shopping. I did way too much shopping. Let me see. Speaking of, I have real bad news. I bought the frying pan. I know I shouldn't have done it. I know I shouldn't have done it, and I did it anyway. And I had to put that in my suitcase and bring it back, and airport security was definitely judging me. But yes, I went to Splatoon. I went to the Nintendo store in the Tokyo, I think it was in Shibuya. Yes, it was in Shibuya, and it still is in Shibuya. And also one of the, like the last time, I went to the Nintendo store like 3 times because I have problems. But the last time that I went into the Nintendo store, like the guy immediately started like talking to me in English. He gave me like, I put my items on the counter and he was like, ah, these are present? And I was like, the shirt is, the rest of me. It was like 1 Splatoon thing for Zoe and then like 15 Pikmin goods. Something, hold on, wait, no, I can do a really funny joke right now. I just need you to wait like 40 seconds. Pikmin 1 and 2, and Pikmin 3, Pikmin to play, control for the Wii. Anyway, wait, no, hold on, wait, no, I can make this, I can make this work, new spots I made where you throw a Pikmin ball. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Yes, I bought the Pikmin ball. I own this now. And the matching spoon set. And a Pikmin keychain. And a Pikmin shirt. And they had these like Pikmin clips. And I got a Pikmin umbrella. And I got another Pikmin shirt. I'm normal. I got a Pikmin pin. I got a Pikmin hoodie. This holiday was for me! I'm allowed to make poor financial choices! Who says I'm not? My accountant, maybe, but what does he know? About Pikmin, specifically. you buy the Inkling statue. They actually had smaller versions of the Inkling statue, and I wanted to get that one, and I wanted to get the Pikmin one, and I was just like, I only have so much suitcase space. And I'm glad I didn't, just because of that, but damn it, fuck. I think we all had things where we were like, this is too big. I can't buy this. I will be crushed for the rest of my life. We'll get onto one of those things later as well. Yes, I bought the Splatoon frying pan. I got like Splatoon spoon and fork set. I got Zoe a Splatoon thing. They had a lot of Splatoon stuff. They had a lot of Splatoon, a lot of Pikmin, which I was very happy about. That was like 2/5 of the store as far as I can tell. Poor financial choices fund. Oh, thank God. Thank you for covering part of the frying pan bill. Have it shipped to you. Oh, buddy, that's its own nightmare. Oh, dear. Went out of suitcase room, buy another suitcase. You say that as if I hadn't already done that. The one thing I held off on was Pikmin and Splatoon plushies, because I know I can get those whilst I'm here. This was for stuff like, can you imagine shipping that fucking frying pan across the ocean? I don't even know if I can buy it whilst I'm out of Japan. I think some of the product, did the bowl actually say like, not for sale? Yeah, for sale in Japan only. So I wouldn't have been able to get that. The plushies I can get. The plushies I can like figure out a way to get. The frying pan, I might not be in so much luck. Did you buy a branded suitcase in the Nintendo store? If they'd had those, I probably would have, yes. Yeah, I went 3 separate times. I got my my cousin a little... We used to play Animal Crossing together. So I got her a little Animal Crossing kitchen timer. How delightful. How positively quaint. Yes, we all did our own little bits of shopping in the Nintendo store. I will leave it to the others to show their hauls. Shit was wild. And then also we went to, I don't know why I chose this picture. I feel like a fool. But we went to Tokyo Disneyland. The happiest place on the continent, I suppose. They sell suitcases at Don Quixote. Oh, don't worry. We fucking figured that out. We'll get to Don Quixote later. It's what Dan would say every single day because he insisted on going. Whoa. We would end most days in a Don Quixote. He was really into it. Oh no. Don Quixote, for those of you who don't know, Japanese like big department store that sells literally everything under the sun. Case in point, I bought everything under the sun from Don Quixote. Let me see. What did I get? What specifically did I get from Donkey? I think I got like a plushie, a little Cinnamoroll guy. I will show you later. I got a lot of Cinnamoroll stuff from Donkey actually. We bit the bullet, and now it's just me and the squad and our matching Sanrio school uniforms. We are so silly. Aha, ihi, uhu. You might notice in Dan's birthday photo with like him in front of the sakura blossoms. Yeah, that's a Sanrio uniform from Don Quixote. We are normal adults and we're allowed to spend our paychecks on whatever we want. Maybe. Oh dear. What products or foods did you try at Don Quixote? Actually, I think the one thing I didn't really do at Donkey was food. Because I was just like, I'll just go to the combini. I'll get my salt musubi and my tiny little Coca-Cola and my melon pan, and I'll be set for life. Isn't it the Japanese equivalent of a dollar store? Not really, because I don't think they sell whiskey at the dollar store. I nearly convinced them. I nearly convinced them to go for it. I was close. I was close, let me tell you. Did you get Famichiki? You get like 3 things at the combini. If you're me specifically. No, 4. You get 4 things. If you're me, you get 4 things at the combini. You get a rice ball. You get the plainest rice ball known to man. You get a thing of Coca-Cola. You get a melon pan. And you get some Famichiki. Delicious. Mmm. That was the good shit. That was the good I want family chicken now. I gotta... Damn, that working holiday visa looking real nice. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. How much would £10 be in Japan? I don't know about weight, but if this is money, then, like, you could get Coca-Cola for, like, 85 pence. I would get a rice bowl, it would cost, like, 50p. That is partially because the exchange rate is very nice if you are coming from the UK right now. But also, it was just nice. The standard for food, the standard for food quality in Japan is much higher than it is in a lot of other places. Which was very nice for me because Family Chiki is just really good chicken. Unironically. Like, you hear convenience store, like, fried chicken, and you're like, it's probably okay. No, it's good. They don't even serve it too cold. They definitely do that in this country. Now I want Family Chiki. Now I want to go back to... This is my... let's see. Some Japan advice. If you go to Japan, just eat chicken. The chicken is really good. Eat as much rice as you can get your hands on. Eat as much... Go to Yamachan. Go eat at Yamachan. Do it. Take the chicken. Take the chicken. Put it in your mouth. Slide the bone out. It's good. Convenience store fried chicken, my beloved. How I miss thee. We have to be the change we want to see in the world. We have to start a convenience store. Eat nothing but chicken. Rin Penrose travel tips. That's my advice. Also, eat melon pan. Do it now. But don't... Eat melon pan, but don't go to, like, the 7 and buy the thing labeled melon pan chocolate chipsticks. Because, like, they're exactly what they say on the bag, but you still think they're gonna be tastier. I was just disappointed. I was like, oh, this isn't exciting at all. It's exactly what I bought. First order as president, all convenience stores must have good chicken. Please, it's all I want. It's all I want. I'm never gonna eat good chicken again now that I've been there. Why even try? Why even eat food at all? Let's see. Oh yes, also, forgot this was on this slide. On an adventure today. Sure hope I don't run into any VTubers. Flayon, I cleared this with you beforehand. You were meant to post a picture of Snebby being like, I got your boy. You fool, what have you done? But yes, I ended up meeting up with Machina X Flayon from Hollow Stars English whilst I was in Japan. Japan, the famously English-speaking country. We got, I think we actually went and got more chicken together. But now, in the crossover of the century, Machina X Flayon is now friends with Miss Cupcakes. Incredible things happened on that trip. Yeah, we met up, and we were just chilling. Did you kill him? Lord knows I tried, but it doesn't always work out. It was a bit? God knows anymore. We had a nice day out in the city. We had food. We saw Godzilla. We went to the Dragon Ball store. Everything was great. Hell yeah. Just two little guys hanging out. We chillin'. Holy shit, is that a gift Pikmin to Miss Cupcakes? Oh my fucking god. I thought you already killed him. Well, apparently when I tried to kill people, they come back for whatever reason. My sample size is 2, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Did you see the giant Gundam? I didn't get to see everything, unfortunately. I could still fill an entire 3-week trip with just stuff that I wanted to do that I couldn't. I wanted, specifically, like, there is an aquarium in the Tokyo Skytree that I did not get to go to, that I said I was gonna go to and then I never got to. I never got to go to a Pokemon cafe or a Kirby cafe. Devastating. That's also in Tokyo Skytree. I just need to go live in the Skytree for a bit. I didn't get to write the Yamanote line enough. I didn't get to hear enough jingles. Whoa. But yes, that was just, this is not an exhaustive list. I will remember things as they come up. You will see things. God knows you'll see things. But this is just some of the stuff we got up to. We were staying in like a little apartment in one of the areas in Tokyo. Also, it didn't hit me until I was there, but Tokyo is beyond massive. I mean, I kind of love it, but also like it's... You're like, it's a city. No, it's 17 cities inside a city. You're a fool. What have you done? What have you done? Oh, God. Yeah, we were staying in our little apartment. Me in my bed that I collapsed in. Oh, dear. We had to be very quiet at night because the walls are paper thin. I'm sure nothing happened in that regard later on in the trip. But it was chill. It was chill. Technically, it was a 2-room apartment, but by the end of us being there, we were just like, the aircon's in one room, just keep the door open. The big sliding door. So we were just chilling. We were just chilling. Also, I was the nearest, there was an automatic light near the door. And every time I would move my legs, it would set it off because my bed was basically just like an extra sofa in the living room. Oh no. That was fun. Eventually I learned just to stay completely motionless for 18 hours, which is how long I would sleep a day. Very tired. Did you happen to visit the countryside as the Japanese recommend? There are fewer tourists in the countryside. Once again, there are like 17 different things I need to do if I ever go back, which I'd like to, for the record. I don't foresee it happening for a while because I'd want to make it another big trip, so it probably won't be until... I've been saying 2027 as like a placeholder date in my head for if I ever do another Japan trip. It's not like for work. If it ends up being for work, I'd probably be there for like 2 days. Well, we'll see. But I could go. We did travel through the countryside. We went on the Shinkansen, the bullet train, and we did go all the way through the countryside. And it was very countryside. And I went, wow, that's the side of the country. Nice. But how are you gonna take the Yamanote line if you don't go back before then? Damn, that is true. Shit. Speaking of the Yamanote line, you know where they don't have the Yamanote line? Osaka. I stay on the slide for more than 2 seconds, Rin, you can do this. But yes, so we spent most, I want to say like 10 days in Tokyo. And then we got the fuck on the train and we went and we were we went to the Cinema Cafe. And still quiet. It's louder now. Now it's gone. That's how sounds work. We went to the Cinema Roll Cafe and I ate Cinema Roll apparently and and there were shenanigans, but they're not my shenanigans to tell. Because there are always shenanigans. Like just the presentation. Gorgeous. Beautiful. The tea was fine. We didn't get to go to the Pom Pom Purin cafe, which... So my big regret is that we never got to go to the Pom Pom Purin cafe. Because... Pom Pom Purin was basically the mascot of this trip. Okay, so Pom Pom Purin has a hotel... Not a hotel. Because we would have been staying there otherwise. Pom Pom Purin has a cafe on Takeshita Street in Harajuku. Unfortunately, it's closing down. Like, I want to say at the end of this month, which basically translates to like today. Actually, let me check. I'm gonna fact check this. Let me see. Pom Pom Purin Cafe. Do 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 do. Pom 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 Purin. Pom Pom Purin Cafe closing. Oh, that's the one in Singapore. That closed in 2017. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Let me see. I can't find the proof, but it's closing soon. It's closing very soon. There we go. So Pom Pom Purin is going completely bankrupt. Like his small business has failed. He's not gonna have an income soon. And we were like, oh, poor Pom Pom Purin. Down on his luck. He's going destitute. He's gonna be homeless. Then we kept seeing him in claw arcades. just like trapped behind the pane of glass. We were like, oh my god, they put him in fucking prison. So this entire time, the entire trip, the specter of Pom Pom Purin was following us around. He was crying out for help. Meanwhile, we went to Super Nintendo World. Foreshadowing is a narrative device, right? We went to Pikmin Adventure Nintendo Land. And let me tell you, it was a Pikmin adventure. Are there any pictures of Pikmin in Nintendo Land? I have pictures. I'm just trying to figure out if they're in the PowerPoint. Whoa. I do not think so. I find Pikmin pics. I pick them in out of the photograph. Where are they? Where are the men? Okay, I can't find them, so you're just gonna have to trust me on this one. There are Pikmin everywhere for those with eyes to see. Ah. But yes, we went on Mario Kart. Mario Kart was great, the Mario Kart ride. It's like an AR thing. They give you a visor, and it projects stuff in front of you, but you can still see. And we got into a kart, and you can figure out how that went, considering the party we were with. It was interesting. Rin went to Nintendo World to find real Pikmin. Yeah, that's the only reason I tagged along. But yeah, they are just outside. You will find them. Love them or hate them, you will find them. I don't think I would believe that Rin Penrose would go to a Pikmin-themed attraction without photographic evidence. I have the photos. They're on my phone. Unfortunately, I'm using my phone as my camera right now, so I can't use them. How many times did Dan crash and die? I don't know. I'll leave that for him to tell. Yeah, we got the fast pack. The fast pack? The fast pass. The fast track. We got the fast pass into the Mario Kart ride, which I think was worth it because it was a very long line. For some reason, who could possibly imagine why? Also, they had me's in the instructional video for how to use the headsets, which was fun. Those are my boys. Yeah, you could... I'm sure you can imagine what Daniel was like all through that. And also, I high-fived a stranger because the carts sit 4 and we had a party of 3. Oh dear. I almost thought you went on the carts through the streets of Shinjuku. Locals hate that. Oh god, we saw those. I think we saw those and they were like driving past and one of us just went, idiots. I can't remember which one of us it was because I think we were all thinking it. Fools that you are. Not normal. Not normal. Yeah, Nintendo World was fun. It's not... Is it the kind of thing where you should go if you only want to go to Nintendo World and not the rest of Universal? I can't say. I do not know. There was also a lot more Donkey Kong representation than I thought there was gonna be. But I think that it was fun and I had fun, and that's my review. Oh dear. Also, yeah, we went to, I don't know if we have photos of it in here. Let me see. We will see. But we did go to the Toad Cafe. And it was fine. It was neither special nor disappointing. It was just fine. Just aggressively fine. As expected from Chef Toad. We also had a lot of days where Pikmin and where we just kind of went around and went exploring. Kind of like a pick a direction and just start walking type deal. This is a nice little park in Osaka that Sophie and I found whilst we were just hanging out and having a good time. And it was like full of cherry blossoms. The cherry blossoms lasted longer than we thought they were going to, which was very pleasant. I think because there was a cold snap before we got round. Because the day that we landed, apparently the weather got really miserable, so I think we brought it with us. You're welcome, Tokyo. It got nicer once we were in Osaka, but I think because of the cold snap, the cherry blossoms like bloomed a little bit later. I think they were waiting for the weather to get a little bit less sad. I know when my friend Vic Vion was in, she was in Japan, I think at the start of last month, and she literally has video of it like snowing in the streets of Shinjuku or something. Shit was crazy, brother. Yes, brother. Spit your shit. But yes, look at all those blossoms. Whoa. Vic mentioned, Vic and I were talking through a lot of the trip, just being like, yo! Have you seen the Pikmin? She gets me. She gets me. That's oomph. That's oomph right there. Let me see, what else have we got? Oh yeah, this is just a random sign that I saw in a market in Osaka. That's the Pikmin font. That's straight up the Pikmin font. I'm not even kidding. I had to cross-reference. We were walking through and I was like, what the f— what? There's no way. Like, this was just like a place selling like random food. No video game, no Pikmin affiliation of any kind. Sally is just using the Pikmin font for her sign. Who's Sally? I'll never know. It was very busy. I tried to get in and I was pushed away. Oh no. You actually cross-reference. Yeah, like I took the photo, I got back to the hotel. We were staying in a hotel for the Osaka bit. So we went back to the nice hotel that had very easy access to a 7-Eleven. Which all hotels should, even outside of Japan, I think. All hotels should have a direct line to the 7-Eleven. But I cross-referenced and I was like, guys, you're never gonna believe this. Oh dear. Sally's gotta do what Sally's gotta do. Pikmin used the Sally's Kitchen font. Ah, never mind, I see. We've had it backwards this whole time. I mean, what else would we expect from Sally's Kitchen in Nishiki Market? Hmm? Incredible things are happening at Sally's. Let's see. Oh. Hey, Pom Pom Purin! What are you doing here? Remember 5 minutes ago when I brought up Pom Pom Purin? You better. Because we'd been seeing him this entire time, haunting us. Like the specter of bankruptcy was haunting us as well, because we were spending a lot of money on very silly things, because what were we gonna do? Not waste $500 at the Don Quixote? What, do you think I'm stupid? I am! Yeah! But we were walking through the streets of Osaka at the end of one of the days, and we were like, you know what, let's just drop into the Crane arcade kind of place, and we'll play a few games, and we won't win anything because we've been disappointed in the past. And then we'll go home and have a nap for 15 years. So we went into the Crane arcade place, and we saw in the machine they had a big Sanrio plushie one. And in the back, they had Pom Pom Purin. So Sophie was like, I'm gonna go ask the employees to put Pom Pom Purin in the machine. And she did. And they opened up the machine, and they perfectly positioned Pom Pom Purin. And they closed the machine and they were like, have fun, good luck. That was Sophie's part of the deal. My part of the deal was that I put 300 yen into the machine because that was all I was willing to pay. So Dan plays the crane game. Dan lowers the crane onto Pom Pom Purin one time. It gets him. It lifts him about halfway to the exit of the crane, and then it drops him. And we're like, sick. He's in a good position now. And Dan lowers the crane a second time, and he grabs Pom Pom Purin. But unfortunately, Pom Pom Purin slips loose from the grasp of the crane, and he goes back into his original position. And we're like, well, that's 300 yen wasted. Just have the final play. And Dan lowers the crane onto Pom Pom Purin a third and final time. And he picks up Pom Pom Purin. And he lifts Pom Pom Purin. And Pom Pom Purin goes over to the exit of the crane, and Pom Pom Purin drops out of the machine, and we fucking won Pom Pom Purin in the arcade, baby! We're so fucking good! We scream. We scream very loudly. We were so fucking hyped at that moment. That was a high that I've not been able to recreate before or since. We thought it was rigged. We'd had bad experiences with the crane machines, just like anyone does. I tried winning a swinub at one in Tokyo, and I got him. But the crane was too flimsy, and it did not deliver my boy. We did not think we were going to get... And also, as you can see, this is a big fucking Pom Pom Purin. Let me scooch. Whoop. This is Pom Pom Purin on Sophie's hotel bed. As you can tell by the scale of the two other plushies, the Yoshi and the Mario. That's a big fucking Pom Pom Purin. This Pom Pom Purin is bigger than my entire torso, I think. He is a legend! And we won Pom Pom Purin. And we were so excited. And the employee was like, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. And everyone clapped. And then we won $1 million. And then we realized we have to take him back on the plane now. Pom Pom Purin was too big for any of our luggage. We had to take Pom Pom Purin back with us on the plane now. Oh. Oh. No. The highest of highs immediately down into the lowest of lows. You left him behind. That's not how this story ends. This story ends with Pom Pom Purin getting on that fucking plane. We had to take Pom Pom Purin through airport security. He had to be Sophie's, like, second carry-on. I think the woman at the gate saw us and she was just like, yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. That's what vacuum bags are for. We tried. God knows we tried. What were we gonna do though? Like vacuum pack Pom Pom Purin? Because we tried and it didn't work. Yay, Pom Pom lives. This tale does end with Pom Pom Purin safely back in, like, he lives in Dan and Sophie's kitchen now. You know, it's not quite a cafe, but he has food. He will not starve this eve. He gets to look pensively out of the window and remember his old life. He's too powerful, he couldn't be contained. Yeah, that's how it felt. But yeah, I really wanted to take Pom Pom Purin out to a few restaurants. I just wanted to seat him down on a seat and be like, look at our boy. But apparently that would have been too much hand luggage, so I couldn't do that. It's a real shame. I really did want to go to the club and get completely wasted with Pom Pom Purin, but I guess that's for next time. It's okay. He can raid, like, the cabinet with all the alcohol in Dan and Sophie's house. It's fine. He's got his ways. He needed his own seat. No, we had to put him in the overhead. And I think the staff on the plane, like, watched Sophie trying to get Pom Pom Purin into the overhead, and she was like, oh my god. He's getting to see the world. He is. Mr. Worldwide. Next stream idea with Pom Pom. I mean, I have joint custody with Pom Pom Purin because I paid the 300 yen to get him. What a steal! But I'm not going to see him for many moons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left you. I'll never forget you, Pom Pom Purin. Also, now I need to re-scooch. Ooh. We went to the JoJo's ramen place in Osaka. This is not my photo, this is Dan's photo because he was being threatened. So there's a place in Osaka, kind of out of the way, just on a street. I mean, many buildings are now that I say it out loud. But there is a JoJo's ramen place. And it's exactly what you'd expect. It's just like a small, kind of out of the way place. But you queue up for like 2 hours in the blazing sun, which is definitely not what we did because we're smart. Poor Daniel looked the most bewildered I've seen him in a long time. This was Sophie's idea. A lot of the cooler stuff we did, I'm gonna be real, was Sophie's idea. I'm not good at planning trips. We went to JoJo's Ramen. And the fun thing about JoJo's Ramen, first of all, the place is like actually, it's quite a small place. I think it only seats like 7 or 8 people at a time. But it's just absolutely like chock full of like, this is, the Jotaros would just be right in front of the bowl of ramen that you are eating. The menu was small, but it was good. And every time that the guy was shaking out the noodles, he would start playing like Jotaro sound effects, and he'd be like, "Ora!" Or he'd be like quoting bits from the episode. Sophie was having the time of her fucking life. It was wonderful. Oh dear. It was good shit. It was good shit though. Is that Persona 5? I don't think so. I don't think so personally. What did you think of the announcement of the production of Steel Ball Run? Very fun that that was announced specifically whilst we were around a bunch of JoJo's pop-up shops, because you know Sophie was going for that. How can I serve you noodles if I can't get closer to you? That is kind of the vibe, yeah. Sophie living her best life. I think she was. I think she really was. Especially on this day. We had to wait. We tried going on one day and it was pouring rain. As in, okay, we leave our hotel room. The weather forecast says that it's like a 10% chance of rain. We're like, we can take those odds. It probably won't rain. We get on the train, we get off the train. We are going to the ramen place, and then it starts absolutely, like, chucking it down. Like, we all are immediately just, like, completely soaked down to the bone. We try finding shelter. It doesn't work. We have to all stand together in the smallest doorway known to man. There is no, we'll wait for the rain to clear up before we go, because the rain doesn't clear up. It is only, well, I guess it's raining less now. All of that, and the place was closed for the day. Owner just wasn't there that day. So we had to go back in the pouring rain. But the next day, it was like scorching hot. And we got there pretty, I want to say like 45 minutes before opening, and there was still a queue. Like we still weren't in on like the first seating, because again, very small place. Like they took the first few groups. And then we weren't even at the front of the queue by that point. There was like still another guy in front of us. So we were like, we had our umbrellas that day because we learned our fucking lesson. We had to use them as parasols because it was so hot. And we didn't want to get uber mega sunburned. But we managed to get in. And I would recommend, if you are a JoJo's fan, you will probably enjoy it. Just try and get there a bit earlier than you think you need to, because you're still gonna be too late. There's still gonna be a queue. Actually, people like lining up around the block. It was wonderful. Let me see. That was some of the things we did in Osaka. There were more. I will probably remember them later. But then we went over to Kyoto. And Kyoto is where we were on April 13th, which is Mr. RT Game's birthday. So we had a delightful snack. It was very pleasant. This fucking cake. This fucking cake. We were at, I want to say, oh, I cannot remember. It ends in a Jo. That we were at a palace that ends in a Jo in Kyoto. And they had their tea room open, which is apparently not normal. So we went to the tea room, and Dan and I both got hot chocolate and matcha cake. This is matcha cake. And Sophie also got like some matcha to make for herself. She got to like mix it up and everything. But I am not kidding when I tell you that this is like one of just the best cakes that I've ever eaten. They served it with a little bit of whipped cream. Also, I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't taste matcha. I found that out on this trip. Sophie gave me a matcha Kit Kat and I was like, this tastes like a Kit Kat. And she was like, what do you mean? It's green. And I was like, I know, but... Huh? And then, okay, so we were hanging out with... This is, okay, we're already coming back to things that I've remembered happened, but I just didn't have a photo of it to use. We were hanging out with Carla, mistranslation, who is very, very cool, and we'll get to her. But we were hanging out with Carla, who was very cool. And we went to Yamachan. We went to Yamachan. Carla, I owe you my fucking life. Thank you for taking me to Yamachan. The best establishment. I like it very much. I want to go back to Yamachan. Yamachan is a chicken place, among other things, but they have chicken. It's chicken on the bone. I swear this will come back to matcha cake at some point. Yamachan has chicken that is on the bone, but the way you eat the chicken is you split the chicken in two with your bare fucking hands. You pick up the big bit of chicken, You place it fully intact into your mouth. You bite down, you slide the chicken off, and it just peels off the bone. And it's delicious. And it's succulent like a plant. And it's good. I have it with no pepper because I find pepper spicy because I'm actually just that white. But I like that. There were some days where we were just like, okay, we're gonna split up and do our own things. And I was like, fuck you guys, I'm going to Yamachan's for dinner. If you go to Japan and you see a place with a mascot of an old man with chicken wings, trust him. He knows what he's cooking. He knows what he's fucking cooking. She's allergic to flavor. I might be allergic to pepper, as it turns out. We'll see. But I would just, I just went by myself and I watched like a Drew Gooden video in the Yamachan because I was alone, but I was enjoying myself. I was having a good fucking time. And this is also why people should put subtitles on their YouTube videos, because sometimes you're in a very loud dining establishment and you just want to watch a video essay. But it was good. It was good. And I owe Carla my life. But yeah, we were at the Yamachan and she got like a matcha flavored drink. And she was like, oh, this is really strong. And I was like, I'll be the judge of that. And I tried the matcha drink and it just tastes like water. It just tastes like, you know when you put water in the fridge for just a little bit too long and it starts tasting off? That's what it tasted like to me. Like, I downed the entire thing. I was just like, what are you talking about? And Carl was like, that's my drink. But luckily they had iPads, so it was fine. That's so sad. We have so many tasty places. It's like someone who visits the UK only for Greg's. I can't blame him. I can't blame him is the thing. So you can't blame me either because Yamachan is not. We didn't just go to Yamachan. We went to some nice out of the way places. We went to one sushi place that was literally just being run by like one man. And it was beautiful and it was fresh. And I had like salmon and I had egg roll sushi. And it was very nice. I went other places. I got a lot of ramen. I got a beef bowl at one point. It was good shit. I just also really like Yamachan. You know what? Britain advice, go to Greg's. Japan advice, go to Yamachan. It was good. But the point of the matter is that I tried a lot of matcha things and I couldn't taste any of them. And even despite that, this cake was just one of the nicest cakes I've ever eaten. It was just very tasty. I'm genuinely trying to remember the name of the castle as like a recommendation because it was just a good castle. We went through the tour of the castle. We had to be very quiet and we took off our shoes and we couldn't step on the red tape between the tatami mats. And we looked at all the ink paintings on the walls and we were like, ooh, I think we said that. And we looked at the sakura blossoms. And we went to the tea room. And I was so tempted to get more of the cake, but we just didn't have time. I miss you, matcha cake from Kyoto Palace Place that I can't remember the name of. I'll never forget you. It was so nice. It was so nice. I was so sad when we had to leave. I'm never going to be able to eat it again. I don't even know if that tea room's going to be open next year. Or the year after. God, I hope it is, and God, I hope they don't change the menu a single bit. Also, the hot chocolate was really hard because you can see, like, that cup was not insulating shit. And I couldn't drink it for, like, half an hour. Was it Nijojo? Yes! Yes, it was Nijojo, I believe. It was good. It was good. Go to Nijojo Palace, go to the tea room, get the matcha cake. You will not be disappointed. Unless you don't like the taste of matcha, but it couldn't be me. Unless you can taste matcha, couldn't be me. That was basically Dan's birthday cake. Like, by a weird coincidence. But you know what? Maybe it was my birthday cake. Because I felt jubilant. Need Jojo ramen. No. It wasn't Jojo's. It was just different. It's a different thing. Just go there. That's my Japan advice. Like, go to Yamachan. Remember to hit replay on your me music. No! Don't. Okay, just. Just play the meme music again. Don't try another meme music playlist. Just play this. It's fine. Whoa. Oh dear. But yeah, go to Yamachan, go to Nijojo Palace and get the matcha cake. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Never had matcha. I hadn't had matcha till now, so I had no idea that I just straight up can't taste it. So I just started trying a bunch of matcha things. I was like, it's green, it's probably healthy. I still have some matcha Kit Kats that I stole from Sophie. I'm very sorry. And some matcha biscuits that I bought in the airport because I was desperate. But I will go back. And I will try and... I'm gonna have that matcha cake again. I think it was just like a sponge cake. But it was a really fucking nice sponge cake. I ate the crumbs. It was... delicious. And now I'm just sad. I think they even have like matcha drizzle on there, as you can see. It was good shit. It was good shit. I miss you, matcha cake. I'll never stop missing you, matcha cake. Wow. Oh yeah, so... Whoa! White woman jump scare. You may have seen the photos from the others. I was also there, funnily enough. I was also on this trip. And I got to try on a kimono. Eehee, ahaha. And I tried on one of the girly pop ones because you know what? I'm allowed to fucking slay. I'm allowed to slay. Arm reveal. Yo, this bitch got an upper torso and everything. Crazy. Crazy. Whoa. But yes, we did a kimono rental. And we went up to a park. And everyone took very slay photos, specifically Sophie. Sophie was the one slaying the most. You can tell that this was fun because it was also one of the ones that Sophie recommended that we do. A lot of the best stuff we did on the trip was just like Sophie being like, I want to go here. It was good. It was good. Not just hands, immersion ruined. What? Listen. I didn't put my knee on my desk underneath my camera for nothing. I have a full body. And if you're not careful, I will use it. Whoa. Why are your hands as pale as the background? That's a great question. White woman jump scare. Oh, God. Wait, she isn't just an upper torso? You're never gonna believe... Sit down while I tell you this, right? But yes, it was... We slayed. I will tell you right now, if you ever want to do a kimono rental, do it, but don't be surprised when you have trouble breathing. Also, don't be surprised by the amount of towels they put on you. Kind of crazy. Also, don't be surprised when you have to stand for half an hour so they can put the damn thing on. Because that's how it works! Yeah, we were slaying. And I think everyone noticed we were slaying. And we were slaying. And it was fun. And we were slaying. Rin Law drop, she is a full human person. You keep telling yourself that, buddy. Oh yeah, that thing was not made for oxygen circulation. I think, like, the woman was helping me take it off. And I kind of went like, whoo. And she was like, ah, you've been brought back to life. And I was like, yeah. This was a wonderful experience, woman. And I think it ended at the right time because I think I would have passed out otherwise. But it was fun. They gave us the sandals. They gave us the socks. They gave Dan a sword. I still don't know why they did that. I still don't know. I don't know why they had a sword, and I don't know why they saw RT Game Daniel and went, seems trustworthy enough. Here you go. They didn't offer the sword to Sophie or I. I don't have answers. I'll never. I wonder as much of. Imagine being in the same room. Imagine being in the same room as that event. Dan didn't ask for a sword. No one knew there was a sword available. The photographer was just like, here, have this. Also, he told Dan to do a serious face for one of the photos, and he immediately pulled out, well, you know which photo I'm thinking of. Oh, God. You are in a room alone with RT Game, and now he has a sword. Worse, I was in a room with 4 other people and RT Game, and also, like, that didn't help. I'm missing a lot of blood. That's why I'm so pale in this photo, because I went like... went first for the photos, and then they gave him the sword. If the kimono was white before he put it on. Yeah. It was a little bit menacing. I'm lying, it was incredibly menacing, but it's okay because I got to slay. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Did Artie get recognized at any point? He will probably tell you this, but yes, several times. I'm gonna let him tell you those stories himself. It was quite funny. Oh dear. How many people did he slay, parentheses, kill? I'll let Dan tell that story. Oh dear. It was just interesting. It was just interesting. The Artie game sword pick is on his blue sky. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that for you people to find because I feel that if I put that on my stream, it's gonna get taken down for like graphic content. It's very scary. It's very scary. Did anyone recognize Snebby? The Snebby keeps to himself mostly. But I did introduce Snebby to a lot of new friends. Hell yeah. Hell yeah! Anyway, speaking of Snebby, here's Snebby meeting a pigeon. I think this was also on, Kimono Rental was a different day, but this was also on the 13th. Whoa! I think actually, yeah, Dan's posted the picture of him on the bridge. This is the same shrine. This was Snebby making friends. Hell yeah. There's not much more to say about it other than Snebby made a lot of friends. Speaking of! Hell yeah! We went to the Nintendo store in Kyoto on a different day. And we went up to the rooftop and we met a celebrity. And then I got ambushed by a very friendly member of Nintendo store staff who saw me in like my full Pikmin like getup. Because you know at this point I was like half of my outfit was Pikmin. And she went like, "Oh, Pikmin! Like, let's take a photo with the Pikmin." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm gonna take one with my snail." And she was like, "That's great. Now let's get one of you with the Pikmin." So I can't show it, but for my family's eyes only, there is a picture of me pointing at the little Pikmin and doing the pog face of all time. I'm just remembering now, unrelated, but the first time I did like a pog face in front of Daniel in real life, like he was impressed. Like unironically, he was like stunned. That was many moons ago. I have a Pikmin photo quota, I am meeting it. Yeah, no, that's how I felt as well. Pig chap! And that is how it felt. So I just sent it to Ben being like, "I'm having a great time." You can imagine. You can imagine. Like the most hyper-realistic Rin Penrose pog face you've ever seen. And then what a lot of these are from Dan's birthday because surprisingly enough, we did things that day. Crazy, I know. Yo, is that a But if you were in the Discord, you probably saw me asking, "Hey guys, remember when Daniel emotionally assaulted me with this song? Can you find the equivalent for his name?" So you can see this is at 4 p.m. on the 12th, which translates to actual midnight on Dan's birthday. The second that man turned 30, I started harassing him. Happy birthday, Daniel. Yeah, that's how a lot of our communications went, honestly. And then... Yo, holy shit. Yo, no way! 30, retirement must be soon. I've figured out which one of Dan's knees is the fabled, quote, good knee. I'm not gonna tell you which one. That's knowledge for myself. I'm gonna hold on to that until I get the opportunity to kill him again. Because you know what? What you people think I'm gonna give you a chance? This is my glory! This is for me! But yes, this was in the Nintendo store in Kyoto, and they had... This was like one of the checkout places. I drink water. This is one of the little checkout bits. 5! And there were just Pikmin hanging out. They had Pikmin near the register at the Tokyo one as well. They were carrying like a little pellet. It was great. Pikmin truly are everywhere for those with eyes to see. I'll keep saying it. I've said it before, I've said it again. I saw Pikmin in the Don Quixote and I nearly caved. But then after we were in Kyoto, we went back to Tokyo for the last leg of the trip. And we met a legend. Hell yeah! This is the statue of Hachiko outside the station in Shibuya. And if you don't know, Hachiko is a very famous Japanese dog. And we love Hachiko, he's the goodest of boys. And I queued up at like 10 p.m. with Snebby with all of the tourists just so I could get a photo, because I was like, if I come back in the daytime, I'm never getting this fucking photo. Hell yeah, hell yeah. But I queued up for like about 20 minutes to get this photo behind like all of these, like the group in front of me was like 5 tourist women, and they were like all passing their phones off to each other as they kept like weaving in and out, getting pictures with all of them in all sorts of different combinations with Hachiko. And then I just walked up, like put Snebby on my hand, he posed obviously, took a few photos and then just walked away. And I think the guy behind me was surprised. Like he kind of just looked at me and I was like you're any better. Wow. With how bright it is, you can barely tell what time of day it is. That is the night sky. You can tell it's night, specifically in the city, because it's like navy blue and not black, because light pollution. Oh dear. But yes, we met a legend. Also in Harajuku, I did not end up getting a Japanese blahage because I was worried that I don't have enough space at home, but I really considered it. I went around Japanese IKEA, it was great. I thought they were gonna have exclusive blahage merch and I was quite sad that they didn't. But, you know, I visited them. I visited the IKEA no Sane. I did that. And I'll fucking do it again. Next trip, when I actually get a blahage. Budohai. I think they were a little bit confused. It's like, what? Why are you buying home furnishings? You are clearly a tourist. Why are you at the homeware store? You could have freed them. I don't need to. They live in Harajuku. They live the good life. They could probably get family chicken way easier than me. But I nearly got one. But I held off because I was worried I was gonna have to flat pack it. I felt bad. This was right at the end of the trip, and this is really where the not in no particular order comes in. But this is Pom Pom Purin in the airport lounge in the airport in Tokyo. In like his Nintendo bag that we had to carry him around in because he was too big for anything else. And here was him just getting ready for his flight at like 8 a.m. Wonderful. Wonderful. Listen, most places have 4 seats, right? So it was me, Sophie, Dan, and Pom Pom Purin. That was the party. Snebby and Snanthony, like, they can sit on the table. They have easy access to the food that way. Speaking of Snebby and Snanthony, this was, I believe this was Yoyogi Park. You can see in the background a couple playing frisbee together. For some reason. This was one of the days where I was like, Sophie, do you mind if I, like, take Snanthony out for a little bit? And she was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So they had their own little adventures. We got crepes. It was good. They tasted good. I did have a moment where I was talking to the cashier at the crepes place, and he said in Japanese, like, do you need a receipt? No, he said, like, do you need a bag? And I said, arimasen. Not... So I accidentally said, there is none, instead of no. Instead of, I don't need it. Whoops! I tried, and that's what counts. The snails would be great at frisbee if they had hands. This is true. Snebby has better, like, object reasoning than I do. Definitely. Oh yeah, also in Harajuku, because I had a long day in Harajuku one day. I went to the Sanrio store, and because the Sanrio character vote is on, I left a little message of support for our boy, Pom Pom Purin. I did also say, like, my condolences for losing your entire career. But if you go to the Sanrio store in Japan, you may now find my beautiful tribute to Pom Pom Purin coming home. And there's nothing on the back, and I didn't write anything on the back, and no one's gonna be confused by that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to things I do and do not miss about Japan. A very specific list, but an important one nonetheless. I miss the trains. I miss the trains ever so dearly because the trains just fucking work. They come on time and they leave on time, and they go and they have the. I have a lot of Japanese train terminology under my belt now. Mamonaku. This is a Yamanote Line train for Harajuku. Oh dear. It's change here for the Marunouchi Line. The doors on the right side will open. Whoa. They just work, and they have Pikmin like I showed you before. It's wonderful, it's blessed. Yes. Yes! We got Suica cards. We were not pass mode this time, we were Suica. We got the welcome Suica. Suica is like the, it's one of the IC cards you can get. You top it up, and you just go, beep, and you board your train, and you're like, yes, I'm on the train now. And I owe the Suica Penguin my life. And they have the... I'm gonna show you some train jingles now. Or I'm going to hear you some train jingles now. Imagine you get on the train. And it plays. And you're boarding the train, and then you hear. Isn't that just the most pleasant thing you've ever heard in your entire goddamn life? A lot of the different, I got a lot of this because I was on the Yamanote line a lot. The Yamanote line, by the way, it does it does a lot of Tokyo, and it's basically a big circle. So I would get on, and then I'd be like, okay, well, if I go the wrong way, I'll just be here for an hour, but I'll still get to where I'm going. Train jingle tier list went. Sophie and I genuinely want to do one. We also want to include like little jingles like shops and stuff like do 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 do. I think that's etched into our DNA now. Are you over exaggerating? No, I'm under exaggerating. I would never exaggerate once, not in my goddamn life. Never, not on this earth. Not at all. No. Train jingles, how whimsical. Let me see, I think I also heard this one. My friend? My friend? Oh wait, no, it's looping. It would do that. They play for as long as it takes people to get on the fucking train. A lot of people are boarding at the station for some reason. Oh, okay, no, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough, Yamanote line. Calm down. Calm down. They are so lovely sounding. Some of them, like, the one at Ueno just sounded like a phone, which was really disappointing. It was just like. Yes, a lot of the Yamanote line, you'll go on the Yamanote line, and you'll be like, wait a second, since when did you guys have whimsy? There's one that sounds really tropical. There's one that sounds kind of like whimsical and wintry. There's Ueno. Everyone needs to board by the time the jingle is over. It's like musical chairs. Sorry. We're gonna have to leave without you. But I think everyone should have whimsical train jingles in their life. Our working holiday visa looking real good right now. Whimsy is back on the menu. Woo! Ah, if only. But no, it's so most stations have the let me hold on. Yamanote line melody. Let me see. We got no, don't play a Grammarly ad. I don't want a Grammarly ad. I don't need a Grammarly ad. We're not doing this. We're not doing this no more. Let's see. That's Tokyo. Let's see, what have we got for... Yeah, this is what I mean by Ueno being disappointing. That's a phone! Ueno, what are you doing? To be fair, this video is 9 years old, so I think they did change it, but also, boo. They still have this one. This is Okachimachi. Imagine being in Okachimachi and having whimsy. Fuck yes. Let's see, what do we got? We got Ikebukuro. Imagine being in Ikebukuro. Imagine boarding the train in Ikebukuro and you hear that and your life is slightly better for it. Imagine boarding the train in Shinjuku. I didn't hear this one. I think they've changed it. Imagine boarding the train in Shibuya. I think they've also changed this one. I don't remember this one. This video is from 9 years ago. Imagine boarding the train in Hamamatsu. Yeah, they still got this one. How whimsical. Imagine boarding the train. This is a great point. Imagine getting on the train in which one of these is gonna have a banger? In Komagome. Oh fuck, I forgot that Komagome was fucked up and evil. Imagine getting on the spooky mystery train on the Yamanote line. Whoa. Yeah, that one goes for a while. Sometimes the longer ones mean that it's a busier station, but I found that wasn't always consistent. Why is it spooky? Yeah, no, it is a banger though. Imagine getting on the train at Takeda no Baba. Ain't that just the most whimsical thing you've heard all day? Imagine getting on the train in Meguro. Imagine. I'm trying to find the one that's like kind of tropical. It's got like a steel drum sound. Imagine getting on the train in Nippori. Nope. Oh, you've already been there. Or Nishi Nippori, which is the same one. Or Tabata, which is the same one. Or no, that's the spooky one again. Or no, Sugamo, which is just but differently. Or Ikebukuro, to which you've already been. Or Meijiro, to which you've already been. Or you've been here as well. Or Shinokubo, get your act together. Never mind. Just trust me, one of them was funky as fuck. Imagine getting on the train and it sounds like this. This is the Pikmin train, of course. We did go on the Disney train and it was... I mean, you'll never guess this, it was a Disney-themed train. Like the Disney Resort line or whatever. And all the, like, the train windows were Mickey-shaped. The train handles were Mickey-shaped. Mickey was on the train, but he was Japanese. I feel like I'm describing the plot of a dream I had. The point is that, we don't have trains in the UK. We just have, like, metal cubes on wheels. Japan has trains. That's the only thing I accept as a train now. If your train doesn't have whimsy and Pikmin, like, you don't deserve the name train. I'm just saying. Things I do not miss, when the trains just get a little bit too busy, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I made the interesting choice of getting on the Yamanote line from Harajuku to Shinjuku at like 6:30 in the evening. A lot of people are trying to get on the Yamanote line between Harajuku and Shinjuku at that time. Funny how that works. I thought my arm was going to break. So I got to the station platform. And there was a very long queue for the train. All across the platform. So I waited, and the train came, and people were, like, shoving, trying to get their way on. But in the end, the announcer guy had to basically be like, the train's full, get on at the next train, you idiots. The train doors close, and I am nowhere near the front of the line. The second train comes about 10 minutes later. And the same thing happens again. People get off the train, and then everyone starts piling on. Like, people are trying to push their way into space that does not exist in this train. And I still don't get on the train. And the guy goes, guys, just get on to the next train. It's that easy. And the train leaves, and I wait another 10 minutes. And the third train comes, and I'm at the front of the queue this time, so everyone gets off the train. And I start getting on the train, and then I am violently shoved by 16 people trying to get onto the train. They push me onto the damn thing. I'm... like, my chest is constricted. The rest of my body is also constricted because we are more than packed in. You know the phrase, packed in like sardines. This is worse. I was like, this has to be a safety violation. I had my arm trying to, like, hold on to, like, the banister near the door of the train, because I was near the door of the train, but I was nowhere near the door of the train, you understand? Worse than the kimono, yes. At least the kimono, you're meant to be able to survive in it. Like, I had my arm on the banister, but there was also someone standing between me and the banister, so I basically had my arm around this woman this whole time. And then I was like, okay, well, people will get off at Yoyogi, the station between Harajuku and Shinjuku, right? And they did. They all shoved their way out of the train to the point where I was like, my arm is going to break around this woman, around this woman's shoulders. Oh, God. But they got off, and then everyone else got on. So the train was still packed, despite the fact that 30 people got off. And then we did one more stop. I should have just walked at that rate. It took me like half an hour and a lot of pain. I should have just walked. Or got a different train at a different time. Oh no. Why is the house in the background of your presentation flipped? Because the PowerPoint came like this. I noticed it. It's very dumb. That's not even words anymore. Sometimes you take what you can get. That's my answer. Oh no. But yes, I managed to get off, and I exited the train at Shinjuku, and then I just took a moment to be like, oh, okay, I'm alive. Now I have to find my exit. Because I'm also going to tell you right now, Google Maps does not agree with train stations. Don't bother. I mean, bother a little bit, but don't bother. Good luck. Have fun navigating those signs. Yeah, I really thought I was gonna be luckier. I wasn't. That happened like twice. That was fun. Don't do that. Don't get a different train at a different time. That's my advice. Or you will die. And like, heaven forbid you have shopping. I had shopping. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Thing that I miss going to the combini. Here is a specific list of products that I miss from the combini that I can't get anymore. Salted rice ball. Yes, I'm boring. I still want it. I want my melon pan. I want my it's like, it's just like sugary bread. I like it very much and I want to eat it and I want to eat it now. I miss the Famichiki and the 7-Eleven equivalent, which honestly, I will take either because I'm desperate. I miss when you go to, I can't remember if it was the 7 or the FamiMart, but one of them tends to have machines for paying. Like, you don't hand over your money, you put them in the machine. And you're like, I've paid the money. And it's like, cool. But one thing you can do is you can put in like 21 yen coins. Because 1 yen coins, like, what else are you gonna do with them? That's not much money at all, really. But you just put your coins in and it'll eat them. And it'll be good and you'll be happy. And I miss them, and I still have a bunch of 1 yen coins! I miss getting Coca-Cola for less than £1. I also miss getting those tiny bottles of Coca-Cola where it's small enough that if I don't drink all of it, it's not a big deal. easier than getting 500 liters and then being like, I was only 200, like... I said liters. Oh, God. Yeah, no, that would explain a lot of things. It's better than getting one of those 500 milliliter bottles and then being like, I was only 200 milliliters worth of thirsty. Oh, God. The liters. Yeah. Also, they had, like, fiber, like Coca-Cola with fiber in it. That was just interesting. I was just interested that they had that. I had it a few times. I don't know if it made me healthier. Probably not. I drank it anyway. It was still less than a pound. It was wonderful. Anyway, I miss Pocari Sweat. And anyway, this is my tangent about Pocari Sweat because I miss Pocari Sweat. This is Pocari Sweat. It is water. Actually, no, it's like water if it was good. Pocari Sweat is like an electrolyte ion drink that's also water. And it's just good. And listen, man, we were all a bit dehydrated on that trip. But I wasn't as dehydrated as I could have been. And that made me happy. And for only 80 pence, because, you know, I'm not going halfway across the world and then drinking tap water. I know it's probably healthy. I'm just very weak. Pocari... Yeah, there's two people in this house. Like, what even is Pocari Sweat? And Pocari Sweat is peak. Pocari Sweat is goated. I was mad ill and this made my life better. I mean, apparently this is quite similar to, like, the Irish tradition of, like, oh, you're sick, just have a flat 7-Up and you'll be okay. It's kind of just like that. I'm not selling it very well, but you should drink Pocari Sweat. Not sponsored, but God, I wish. It's slightly sweet and it has electrolytes. We don't know what those are, but we know they're healthy. I do just feel like I didn't expect it to taste of anything. And then it just tasted nice. I was like that. Oh. Huh. And it was good! I feel like a pigman drinking the most scrumptious of nectar. Also, whilst I was making this PowerPoint, I found out that you can buy it at Walmart, and now I'm really mad. Apparently, you could just get Pocari Sweat at fucking Walmart. Like, in the UK, I'd have to go to, like, one of those niche, like, Asian supermarkets, and it's still gonna be, like, 5 times the price there would be. And it's probably like that in the US as well, but I'm upset. I'm upset by this. We need Pocari Sweat in the Sainsbury's. Please. If nobody got me, I know Pocari Sweat got me. Can I get a amen? Walmart of all places. Apparently it is though. I mean, I guess you should go to Walmart and buy Pocari Sweat, but I don't like that I have to say that when I was in the Morrisons the other day, buying all of my return boring sad English food. And I saw that they didn't have Pocari Sweat, and a single tear rolled down my face in the Morrisons that day. But yeah, I have to like go to niche places to get my Pocari Sweat in this country now. And like, I'll do it. I'll do it is the worst thing. It costs like 80p in Japan. Here, it's like £3. Like, that's a scam. I'm still gonna... Not the first time I've said this today. It may be bait, but I'm a very dumb fish. As a part of the Walmart family, they give us Pocari Sweat! True! They should! Let me in! You can get it on UK Amazon. I think I looked on Amazon and it was sold out. Why even try? Can't even have shit. Can't even have shit. You can just buy it in the store here in the Philippines, like no big deal. Must be nice. I just have to drink tap water. Doesn't even have electrolytes. Doesn't even have ion supply. Drink Pocari Sweat. Yeah, give me Pocari or give me death. That's how I'm feeling too. Just ship a few crates over. Oh god. Should have bought it in bulk and mailed it back. Sophie brought over, like, Sophie got a Pocari Sweat in the airport in Tokyo. And she didn't drink it on the flight back. And then at London, like the airport in London, you can't take fluids on the plane. So she had to dump out the Pocari Sweat in the airport right before we went through the security screening, and we were all so sad. We're like, damn it, fuck. I have shit. We just have to go to W.H. Smith. It was a real tragedy. It was a real tragedy. But yeah, Pocari Sweat, please come to the UK and also sponsor me because I would actually die for you. Yes, you are bottled water. No, I'm not taking that statement back. I'm desperate. Should have downed it. I tried convincing her. It was a real sacrifice. She's stronger than I'll ever be. I would have violated the law to bring this Pocari Sweat back to Ireland. Oh no. Yeah, Pocari Sweat, if you're watching this, call me. My inbox is still open prior to all sane ideas. One thing I don't miss is a lot of the bathrooms, like the public, you know when you're in the train station, you go to the bathroom in the train station and you go out and you wash your hands and yeah, in Japan, a non-insignificant number of toilets don't have hand dryers. And not like in like, oh, I had to dry my hands with tissue paper. No, as in like, that was just nothing. If I wanted tissues, I had to go back into that toilet stall. I am a fool. Apparently you're supposed to bring your own little towel. I did not know this, and I thought it was gonna be fine. The first time it happened, I thought it was just like a fluke. I did not have... Listen. They expect you to have a handkerchief. I did not bring a handkerchief. I didn't do that. Because everyone has their own handkerchief. I understand. I don't have to be happy about it. I looked like a real fool in front of all of those women. They're just gonna remember me as white girl who did not dry her hands. This, like, I'd be in the train station, I'd be like, my train is in 2 minutes. And I'm scanning my Suica with very soggy hands. I miss Carla! This is Carla, who we met in Japan, also known as Mistranslation. You go on Instagram, you search her, she make video. What a legend. I miss Carla! Carla is cool, and I miss Carla! This is my friend now! I'm hanging out with Carla, I miss Carla. That's oomph! That's my Twitter mutual and close personal friend, Carla. You know. From Instagram. And now I have friends in Japan, and I have to go get a flight from British Airways where they don't even give me free Wi-Fi, and I have to get on the plane and sit in the plane for 15 hours and sit in the airport for another 3, just in case I miss my flight. And then I have to go in like a Uber. Why even try? Why even for oomph? You try for oomph. That's why. She gave me a Blahush sticker. Like, am I just not gonna be oomphs with someone who gives me a Blahush sticker that she personally drew? Who do you take me for? Who do you think I am? That's oomph! I'm pointing at her with my kimono hands. That's oomph! Also, her manager knew what a Pikmin was. Executive manager Hayakawa-san, we had... You may have seen, if you were following Dan's misadventures, he went to the office and he got fashion checked by executive manager Hayakawa-san, a very fashionable man. I was also in that room. We all went, and we all met Carla, and we all met executive manager Hayakawa-san. And he saw the Pikmin thing that I had, and he was like, ah, Pikmin. And then I had to be like, Hiro Pikumi wa, Ki Pikumi wa takaku tobu, murasaki Pikmin chikara mochi. And you know what? I got it across to him. I was, Hiro Pikumi wa, doku no yatsu desu. They're the poison guys. Desu. And you know what? It fucking worked! But the point is that I miss oomph. And I think you should all... I'm putting this link in the chat. I think you should go. And I think Where the fuck did I put it? I think you should go. And you should, where is it? No, where's the chat? Where the fuck did I put the chat? I think you should, go to this website and buy this sticker for no reason. I just think that'll be fun. I think you should do it now. And you should also buy her manga that she drew, that she's reading in this photo. And I think this is actually the room that we met up in. The very fancy, we are executive managers room. Oh, fuck yes, Blahaj sticker. I think you should do that. I think you should support Oomph. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I miss you, Oomph. I miss you every day, Oomph. Carla and I didn't know each other before this. So we met up for the first time. And then the second time, or no, like the third time, we saw each other a lot. I think like the third time we met up, she was like, okay, so I've seen your YouTube channel. And I was like, damn it, I knew it was coming. We went to karaoke together as well. That's Oomph. She met Snebby, so that's Oomph. I miss you every day, Carla. 07. That's the sticker. That's the sticker, and you should buy it for 300 yen on Carla's. Give her money. Give Oomph money. Coming up next, 300 stickers purchased through Throne. I could is the best part. Does she have a Twitch? I don't know, but she has an Instagram and she has a Twitter and other things. That's Oomph. Does he have Bakari's sweat? Oh my god, it's all coming full circle. Things that I don't miss, I thought I was free. I thought I wasn't gonna have to see any spam if I wasn't hanging out with my brother. But you know what? I see this, spam. I come back home, first thing Ben cooks, spam. Yikes. Anyway, more importantly, I also, and you knew this was coming, I also met a bunch of plushies. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. You know I was gonna do it. I'm gonna introduce you to some of my silly little guys now. Or else. Is my music still going? Yes. I'm gonna loop it now because I'm a fool. So, here are some of the sillies that I met on this journey. First of all, we have Mimikyu. Seen here with Snebby. Hold on, I have Mimikyu in the office. I was just sitting on the sofa. He's so fluffy, he's so fuzzy and whimsical. This is my boy. This is my boy. He's so soft. He's so soft. I met Mimikyu at the Pokemon Center in Shibuya, and I kid you not, it was a scenario of like, I saw the Mimikyu and I felt my life change forever. Like, we were trying not to get too many plushies at this point in the trip because we were like, we're gonna have to take these like halfway across the country. And they will be there once we get back. But we were getting ready to leave the Pokemon Center. And Dan was just like, you know you don't have to buy the plushies right now, right? And I just kind of held up Mimikyu and I was like, you dare. You fucking dare say that to me? We made eye contact, Mimikyu and I. And I knew that my life was never going to be the same. It was going to be better and cooler and more snuggly. And he's so squishy and I love he. And he is making very fast friends with I also have a life-size Mimikyu plush. Apparently I'm a bigger Mimikyu fan than I thought I was. I'm not against it. He's a silly little guy. You didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice, did I? What was I gonna do? Leave him? Come back later? No. This is my little buddy. This is my little buddy. This is my little guy. And he's so shitty. And you're going to sit on my desk for the rest of the stream. There you go. Weep. I also got an Alolan Vulpix with very fluffy tail. Most wonderful. Most snuggly. This is the first plushie I got because, once again, apparently I didn't get the memo about not buying too many plushies that I then had to take on the bullet train. But you know what? It worked anyway. And I also have Cinnamoroll. Because of course I was gonna get a cinema roll. I met this cinema roll at the Don Quixote. We all came back with a lot of Sanrio things. Let me scooch. Woo. But this was like a spring cherry blossom style cinema roll. And he is going to sit on my shelf and remind me of the good times. Because that's my boy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Then we went to Nintendo World. And we all got matching Yoshis. So I think Dan has a green one, I have a blue one, and Sophie has a pink one. And you know what? I can't hate him. I can't hate him. Yoshi, that is, not RT game. Listen. For all of the personal grievances I have with that man, I'm not gonna hold them against this Yoshi. Dan went into the store and came back with 3 Yoshis. And also a lot of other things. It was Nintendo Land, you know he was gonna do that. He's quite fuzzy. That's a good Yoshi. Hell yeah. Boop, 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 boop. I'm counting Pom Pom Purin here because I still technically have joint custody considering I paid the 300 yen. But yeah, he lives at Dan and Sophie's now, but... Listen, half the reason I go over to Island anymore is like I go to Dan and Sophie's house, I burst open the front door, I run in. I'm like... I completely ignore, like, the 2 humans. But the 2 people in that house. And I immediately go and I'm like, oh my god, hi Mareep. Oh my god, it's been so long. I missed you, Mareep. Did you miss me, Mareep? Oh my god. That's oomph. And now I'm going to start doing that with Pom Pom Purin as well. That's oomph. That's oomph. I made so many oomphs on this trip. I made another oomph. I made... But we'll see if you learn about that oomph from Dan's retelling. And then also I got big life-size Jirachi. I'm a big fan of Jirachi. I fuck with Jirachi. Hell yeah. We also met at the Pokemon Center Shibuya on a day where I went in and I was like, oh, it's pretty full. But I've got some time before dinner. I can browse. So I picked up this big Jirachi and I looked at him and he looked at me and I looked at him and he looked at me and I was like, yes. So I took Jirachi and I was like, oh, that's weird. The line's pretty long. I can't see where the line starts. The line was wrapping around the entirety of the store. I stood in that line for like, I say at least 25 minutes. I mean closer to like 45. I was being generous, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. That's my boy. Yeah, life-size Jirachi is still kind of small, but you know what? We win these. Then we had Xerneas. Ben wanted an Yveltal, and that is how you pronounce it, Benjamin. We went to the Pokemon Center DX, which is, it's also in Tokyo, but it's very out of the way. Like, Dan was walking me up to the building and he was like, we'll be there any second. We'll be there any second. And I was like, I'll see the sign for it from a mile away. And then I turned around and he was like, we're at the Pokemon Center now. And I was like, oh. But yes, I got Ben an Yveltal at the Pokemon Center DX. So I got a Xerneas because X and Y are good games. To me. And that's what matters. I also I got a Flabébé. This is the photo I sent to Ben of the Flabébé. Because look at that face. You gonna say no to that Flabébé? No, you're not. No. It's Yveltal. No. The kana on the label said Iberutaru. Yveltal. What, you ever met a woman called Yvette before? Terrible, terrible. And then, no, oh god, fuck. Oh, fuck, oh shit. And then this is Rowletton's son. Dan and I were at the Pokemon Center DX. And he was like, I'm gonna do the lottery. And I was like, oh, you scoundrel. Oh, you scamp. But we went up to the counter. And he put in the 700 yen. And he won, like, a sticker. And he was like, are you gonna gamble? 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 Gambling? You know, that way that he does because he's normal. And I was like, ah, fuck it, may as well. So I put in my 700 yen and I root around in the box. This is my rooting around in the box sound because I don't have a better alternative. And I pull out the ticket and I got like the B prize, which was Rowlet and Son. I outgambled Artie Game. And this was my reward, and I'm perfectly happy with this. He is my boy. I did also have to fit him in my suitcase unexpectedly, but like, what was I gonna do? Leave him there? Who do you think I am? Balatro practice pays off via Rowlet. Finally, dividends. Anyway, I'm now, I'm very powerful. I'm very cool. That being said, unrelated, we'll wait to tell this story, I'm sure. I'm now scared of Sophie. I'm just not gonna elaborate why, but I'm scared of Sophie now. Like, you people are sleeping on the idea of Miss Cupcakes as a threat. Like, you think you hang out with Rin Penrose and RT Game for 3 weeks non-stop? And you're normal? I mean, no, none of us ever thought Sophie was normal, but... But you think that she doesn't have her own ways of dealing with this? Remind me not to cross Sophie anytime soon. Anyway, part 4. Dude, what the fuck am I meant to do now? I have to go back to a life without Fanny Chicken? This is fucked. The end. I'm sorry, that's all I had. It was a pretty good presentation, I think. But yes, that's some of the stuff that I got up to in Japan. Can we go back to the part where you reveal that your body is more than just hands? I'm still trying to wrap my brain around that. You're not gonna believe this. I'm not the only one. I didn't even touch on it, but Mackinac Flan was not the only VTuber I met up with. I also ended up getting dinner with Mr. Weather. Mr. Merryweather. You know, from Merryweather. Yes, that one. We met up near the end of the trip, like right before the day I was meant to leave. We got like Italian together because for most of the trip I was like, I did not come to the country to eat more spaghetti carbonara. And then I ate spaghetti carbonara, so oh well. The fancy dog, sure, why not? But I met up with Mary and he was... If anyone's wondering why I replied to something with, holy shit, it's Garfield a few days ago, that was as a direct result of that. That joke is for us, and you don't get it. And on the note of jokes that you don't need to get, happy birthday, Haruka! And don't even get me started on what happened at Jonathan's. Fear me! Oh, fuck, she's here! Hi, Sophie. Hi. I never insinuated anything. Smile. Oh god, the Sophie jump scare. It comes for us all. You know what? Maybe one of the others will tell you what happy birthday Haruka really means. I can't be bothered, so I find this more funny. But trust me, if you understood, you would think I'm funny as well. Holy shit, is that Columbo? Columbo probably has a gun. Why would I say that? Sorry, completely unrelated. It just slipped my mind. Don't worry about it. Sophie, have you told them all why you are a threat yet? Or are we waiting on someone else to reveal this? I just gotta know. He canonically has no gun. It's out of character. He didn't pass the shooting section of the exam. Oh. Does Garfield or Haruka have a gun? I'd really hope Haruka doesn't have a gun. I would not trust him with it. Oh dear. Listen, it's been an interesting 3 weeks. And now we are home. And... seriously, what the fuck am I meant to do now? Like, I meant to keep living my life. Pocari sweatless. With no melon pan, with no salt. I made, like, I went to Morrison's and they had, like, shitty sachets of miso soup and I bought it because I was desperate. It didn't even taste good. It was just hot. I did it anyway. I knew what the outcome was gonna be. Just moved to Japan. That working holiday visa looking real good right now. Yo! God, it's like I never left. Whoa. Strange how no sweat means something easy, but not having Pocari sweat is in fact very difficult. I'm feeling that in the Chili's tonight. I'm feeling that in the Jonathan's tonight. I'm feeling that in the Moss Burger tonight. I think we did also get Japanese Wendy's! It's the first time I've ever been to Wendy's. It's the first time I've ever willingly been to KFC. You ever get a P.O. box or something, I can help you get some stuff. It's just gonna be like melon pan, but by the time it's been like flown across the ocean, it's already stale. Oh, dang it. I wish we had easier access to like Japanese sticky rice in this country. I'm gonna have to ask my dad to send me a shipment. Not because he lives in Japan. Just because like, he knows where to get the stuff they sell at Asda. Oh dear. But yes, one day, I would like to go back to Japan. One day, I would like to see a Pikmin again, in the wild. Oh dear. You'll probably find something in a major city. I'll try. I will try my best. But it just won't be the same. Oh no. I need to learn how to make that matcha sponge now. It was so fucking nice. I can't... Like, I've told this to everyone that I've told about the holiday. It's like, oh, like, how was Tokyo? Well, it was great. Oh, did you see Mount Fuji? Did you go on the bullet train? I had a really nice slice of cake and now I'm sad. That's how I'm feeling in the that's how I'm feeling in the Yamachan tonight. God, I really just want to go back to Yamachan. Listen, I know you compare it to Greg's, Meko, but sometimes people want to go to Greg's. Anyway, what have we learned from this stream? Working holiday visa looking real good right now. I guess I have to start saving for them. Oh, God. I presume this is the kind of thought that everyone who goes to Japan for, like, less than a month has. Just like, ah, working holiday visa would be nice. Smile. It would be nice. That's the problem. Oh, dear. Well, if I want to think about that, I've decided that I think about that later in, like, several months when I've kind of forgotten half of it. So I'm not as emotionally heartbroken. As opposed to being unemotionally heartbroken. We'll see. But yeah, I would like to go back. Probably not next year. I probably won't have time. We'll see. It feels like a once every 2 years type trip. But also I will say, there are stories I have not included here. You should go watch Miss Cupcake's stream about when she came back. Smile, teehee, aha, uhu. We will probably end up doing like a train jingle tier list as well, where we talk about more stories. And then also when Dan does his bit on the trip, you should go see that. His is probably going to be the most thorough, because I'm forgetful, and he had more storage in his phone to take photos. Yes, so cross-pollination of our channels. Sophie's VOD is already out. Go watch it, and then go buy Carla's stickers and manga, and then buy a Pikmin, I guess. Just to have, just for yourself. Treat yourself, you've been good. I was just there 6 months ago, and all this Japan trip talk is making me want to go back already. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. Going to Artie, like, Rin really locked in on the matcha cake. It was good. You can't. I'm gonna go upstairs and have my matcha biscuits now. You know what? I'm gonna do it. It was tasty. It didn't taste like much, but it was tasty, and I'm gonna go back. Wait, no, I should... Matcha sponge cake. Oh, baby! maybe it's there. Oh, okay, no, I need to get really... I need to convince Cake Jumper to make me some cake. I would hope she knows how to do that, considering her namesake. Oh, please. Oh, tell me I can make this in the comfort of my own home. I have to sift matcha powder and flour. I have to... Where to buy matcha powder, UK? Do they have it at the Tesco? Oh my god, they might have it at... They have it at the Waitrose! They have it at Holland and Barrett! I've never been in a Holland and Barrett in my life. It's time to go to Holland and Barrett, apparently. Words I've never spoken. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing. When is the cooking stream where I try and miserably fail to make the beautiful, beautiful matcha cake? I have to heat milk and butter. Oh, it looks nice in the photos. I have to use chilled eggs. I have to whip the egg whites to soft peaks. I have to add the sugar and probably the rest of the ingredients. Oh, it's like a meringue. Oh god, this is gonna be difficult. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh god, what if the cake is deflated? Shit! I didn't realize that was a hazard. Oh. I miss you, matcha cake. If anyone... if anyone has a way of getting me matcha sponge cake, I want it. I want it now. Please. Please, I'm hungry. I'm peckish. I'm actually gonna go have dinner now. Damn it, talking about food made me hungry. Who could have thought? But yes, I am back now. Okay. We are back to the normal schedule. There might be some days over the next while that I have to take off. For a variety of reasons. And I will tell you later. Smile. There's matcha cake attack. Holy fuck, Zoe, is this true? Matcha cake. Matcha. Zoe, you lied to me for your own personal amusement, didn't you? Well, I've already fired Zoe once this month. I can do it again. It's a real shame. It's a real shame, Zoe. Specifically for yourself. I have a friend whose parents are Japanese and whose sister has a Japanese bakery, but I'm in Chile. Is that okay? We'll find a way. I'm desperate. Desperation finds a way. Oh god, next time I go see Cake Jumper, I should just ask. Where to get matcha powder Ireland? Do they have it at Super Value? Why would they? Holland and Barrett. It's always Holland and Barrett, apparently. Cool. Oh dear. I'll get my matcha cake one day. One of these days. I will make it happen, I swear to God. I should ask Grandma. Grandma likes bacon. We'll get there. We'll get there. For now, I'm gonna go eat dinner. But first, so yes, the schedule should be back to normal over the next few days. I am streaming on Friday. I am streaming on Saturday. There will be video on Sunday. There's always a video on Sunday. That's how Sunday works. But there are probably gonna be a few days in the next few weeks. Let's say like, I want to say 2 or 3 months. It's a long time thing, you'll understand. Where I might have to skip stream days, or I might have to reschedule things. That is because, I'm sure you can understand. You better understand or else. But yes, oh god, I'm gonna set up the waiting room now before I fucking forget. Here we go. Because tomorrow I will set up the thumbnail later, even though it's half done. Rin, play game! Whee! Oh god, I have to port over my stream settings because it's still tainted from... We didn't even talk about the Rinako stream. I was gonna talk about that, but now I'm just like, it's probably... We can leave it. I'm... Let's see, what am I gonna say about the Renico stream in the few minutes it takes me to set this thing up? I'm going to say things like, I've been sitting on that cover for a while, TBH. And... Yahoo. And people always think that I hurt my voice during those streams, but actually the only thing I hurt is my soul. Where are my temporary thumbnails? I've missed you so. There we go. So tomorrow I'm going to be playing 2.2... No, not tomorrow. On Friday. On the Friday, which is the 2nd. There we go. At 7. There we go. Waiting room up. I'm gonna be playing 2 Point Museum. And then on the Saturday, I need to remember how to play Babatro, so we're gonna play Babatro. But with a terrifying twist. You shall see. Yes, that is how stream work. That's how stream work, baby. And you can tell that I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours. That's good time. I'm starting to get scrambled now because I can't remember how to do my job. I'm going to raid into the thing, and then I'm going to go eat my dinner. I still eat food through all of this. It's incredible. Oh, Babatro. Wait, Rin was gone? Yeah, I hear that a lot. Yes, thank you for not forgetting that I existed, because I probably would have, in all honesty. Who can I raid? There's someone specific I wish to raid. If they are still streaming. Yes, they are! Oh, baby, we are raiding Cake Jumper. Because fuck yeah, Cake is having her new model debut today, and it looks like she's doing some karaoke right now, and we're gonna, that's oomph. I'm gonna send you into Cake Jumper, and if she starts talking about baking things or whatever, in the odd chance that happens, then you can be like, slides in so I don't have to ask. Rin said, cake tasty. Me want eat cake, me want go nom 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 nom, because that's what I want. But don't bother her. Just go be like, that's oomph. That's blahaj oomph. So many oomphs today. And for what? But yes, I will see you on the Friday. And now I'm going to... I never did have a stream outro, did I? Can't forget your outro if you never had one.